President Joe Biden says the U.S. is a nation that can be relied on, that stands up to Vladimir Putin. He released a 2-minute video in which he rips into the Russian president for the ongoing war in Ukraine and the sudden death of a fierce critic of Putin, with the Kremlin denying any involvement in the death of Alexei Navalny. White House Correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, as President Joe Biden continues his 3-day visit to California, the war in Ukraine nearing the 2-year mark. February 24th, 2022 is when Russia invaded. And in the video, President Biden unleashing on Vladimir Putin. The war in Ukraine. Tens of thousands dead, millions fleeing their homes, no apparent end in sight. And in this new video, President Joe Biden blasting Vladimir Putin.
We stand strong with our allies. We have to remember who we are. We're the United States of America. We keep our commitments. We never walk away from our friends. And we sure as hell don't bow down to Vladimir Putin.
And on the death of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny.
After Putin's most fierce opposition leader, Alexei Navalny, died in a Russian prison last week, the former president, Trump, and other Republicans refused to hold Putin accountable for his death.
A friend of Navalny also worries about his widow's safety, since she promised to keep opposing Putin.
Well, I think that Putin is going to do whatever he can to try to rub her out, whether it's killing her or whether it's defaming her or whether, he can't have this.
The White House is preparing additional major sanctions on Russia in response to Navalny's death, the new package to be unveiled Friday. And just today, European Union countries agreed on a new package of sanctions against Russia. At the U.S. State Department, this update.
The sanctions that we'll be announcing on Friday will be in connection both to the 2-year anniversary of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine and to Navalny's death.
And President Biden demanding more be done.
We have to stand up to Putin and pass the national bipartisan bill, the National Security Bill, supporting Ukraine as they defend themselves against Putin's vicious onslaught.
And late this afternoon, President Biden addressed another issue, the cost of college. He announced $1.2 billion in student debt cancellation, impacting over 150,000 borrowers.
Folks, I'm happy to have been able to forgive these loans because when we realize and relieve Americans of their student debt, they're free to chase their dreams.
Now, you may recall the U.S. Supreme Court struck down President Biden's earlier plan for widespread loan forgiveness, opponents saying it's not fair to others who did pay. But this measure has not been blocked. And for now, President Biden returns to the campaign trail in California, where he's trying to raise more cash for his campaign for this November. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.